What is going on, everybody? I want to thank you for tuning in to Pay Yourself Back. I am your host, C-Lo, and here on my channel, it's all about mental and spiritual wellness. If you're new to the channel, I highly recommend you subscribing. My subscribers, thank you guys so much for supporting me. So, although I focus on mental and spiritual wellness, mine is not so good today. So in this video, as you can tell by reading the thumbnail already, my car was burglarized. So it's not so much about the burglary itself, it's the way that it was done and the reason why it was done. And I will tell you a little bit about that in just a minute. So just to give you guys a little bit of background information about where I live, I did a video on basically moving from a home to a apartment. Go check out that video. So where I live on a huge property. This property has over 20 some odd apartment buildings on it. It also has two large buildings that are condominiums, and it has a community of single family homes. So in order to gain entry into this property, you know, they give you this little barcode sticker, pull up to the box, it reads it. There's also a gate guard there. There's gates. There's a gate and an arm at both entry and exit of this property. So the only people that can get in are people who live here. They also have a call box for visitors. You type, you guys know the deal. You type in that little code, it rings whoever you're visiting, and they let you in. If you're just coming here to, I guess, to look at an apartment, you get with the gate guards. They'll also give you access. Now, what some people that I feel are dishonest do, they'll get behind someone who lives here because they don't want to go to the gate guard because they know they're not supposed to be here. They'll get behind the car of someone who lives here and they'll ride their bumper, and there's a sign that clearly says one car at a time. They'll ride your bumper coming in because the arm is not going to come down as long as there's a car passing through, and they'll come in. So here's something to be mindful of, guys. When you live in a place, in a community, apartment, wherever, and you see cars come through your area and they're just riding around in a circle, be mindful of that. I have a military mind. I'm always cognizant about what's going on in my surroundings. You'll never catch me on a cell phone and I'm just walking and just on Twitter, Snapchat, or whatever, Facebook, and I just never look up. I see people do it all the time. People cross the road and they're just on their phone and they never look up. And there's like 4 lanes of traffic. You never know. A lot of people get killed down here by doing that. They just don't pay attention. I see people out here walking their dogs, and actually the dog is walking them because they're just on their phone the whole time and they're just brr, brr, brr. You never know. So be mindful and be cognizant of that, guys. So what happened was this. I live on the 2nd floor here in my apartment. My car is on the other end of the building, and I'm in the last little stall right there, because I like to get those big, those in, you know how we do, those in parking spaces. And so I'm just on the phone with my brother, just talking, I happen to look out the window. I see this clown, this idiot, this coward pull up in a Lincoln MK something SUV. He pulls up in front of my car. He gets out, leaves the door open, and there's another car on the side, so he goes in between those cars and he does something. I shoot to the room, get my key fob, hit the panic, run downstairs, and do a walk around. I didn't see nothing, so I moved my car from the end and pulled it in front of my bedroom window so I could look down. So as I'm backing into the parking spot, I'm looking out the driver's mirror, no problem, the driver's side mirror. Then I look out my passenger side mirror, because it's dark, it's about 9:45 at night. I rolled it down, and my mirror is missing. The side passenger mirror is missing. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that's what this fool took. Now, to some of you, it might sound like not a big deal. It might sound like something that is minute, but trust me, it is not. So what I did, I called the Broward County Sheriff's Department on the non-emergency line. They sent out 2 deputies. This clown, this idiot, this yellow-bellied coward left fingerprints on the mirror. So I hadn't heard back from him yet. But they did their thing with the little, the little fuzzy thing, and then they also put the tape on there to get the print. So hopefully I'll hear back from them guys, and hopefully they'll catch this guy. But I felt like I just should share this with you guys, because I call the police to do a report, not necessarily for insurance purposes, but because it's important that you guys, no matter how small it is, if somebody burglarizes your car, you want to always call the police and have a report done, because especially if they leave prints on the car, because this guy could very well be associated with a lot of other things. This guy he might be a rapist, he might be a serial killer. So when they run this guy's prints, it could be a whole laundry list of things that he's involved in. So always call the police, the sheriff's department, or whatever, no matter how small it is, because I thought twice about it. And I will tell you also, it's not a small thing, because I went to the dealership today and priced the mirror. I'm thinking it's just a mirror, $79. But this is what I call. And I get there, and the guy says, "Oh man, you're not gonna like me." The mirror, because of what, it's not just a mirror, there's a mechanism that it attaches to, and that mechanism is attaches to another piece inside of the casing. So the entire assembly is over $800. So never think that it's something small, because this is really a big deal. Like I said, it's materialistic things. I mean, things happen. And here's another thing, guys. You might say, "Oh man, it could happen anywhere." It could happen anywhere, absolutely. But guess what? It didn't happen anywhere. Well, Silos, you said such nice things about living in Florida. Yes, I have. But this is one of those things that's not nice about living in Florida. You have to be mindful and always on watch for theft and for clowns like this. And I say that because I know it could happen anywhere. I've had this car for 9 years, not a scratch, door ding, vandalized, burglary, nothing has ever happened until I got here. And so I just wanted to share my story with you guys. I mean, if you guys been following me for a while, I talk about this all the time. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's the first thing. That's number one. There's two types of people that I absolutely despise, and this clown is one of them. A liar and a thief. Why do you want to take something from somebody else that doesn't belong to you? I mean, hardworking people like myself, and like a lot of other hardworking American people. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, but the guy at the parts department did tell me this. He said that what these guys do is that they'll call a lot of times, and you'll tell them they'll tell them the price of whatever it is they're wanting the part, and they'll immediately hang up. So this is probably one of the examples. This is probably what this guy did. He needed this part for his car or one of his homies' car, and $800 part. I ain't gonna say what I really want to say, but he decides to come in here, ride around the parking lot. He probably cased a lot of other apartments over here, because there's only two people, myself and another guy, who have a vet. I got a C6, he has a C7. But there's not a lot of people out here who have Corvettes, so this guy has probably been going from up and down, trying to find this part. But it just, I'm not too much of a person that believes in karma, but I just believe that every action has a reaction. So again, guys, I just wanted to share this with you. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of things that are going on in general. And I hope this doesn't happen to anybody, but if it does, don't think that it's a small thing. You should think that it's absolutely a big thing and treat it as such. Call the cops. Let them do their job, again, because you never know. This guy he could be number one on the list of guys that they've been looking for. So I'm glad that I did. So hopefully they'll catch this clown. I hope it doesn't happen to anybody, but I wanted to share my story with you. And you know, but I'm still going to stay positive. Excuse me. I have to stay positive at the same time. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to Pay Yourself Back. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be coming out with more videos, shedding some light on some of the nicer things about Florida here in the near future. So with that being said, be well, my friend. CeeLos out, baby.